Hello, it's good to see you. Today we're going to take a look at the contents of my junk drawer. I have this junk drawer in my kitchen, and we're just going to take a look at the different things that I found in the drawer this evening. They're just random, like any junk drawer. Here I have, it looks like, I didn't even know this was in there. Had a clothespin on it, but it is a little packet of Smarty Cat organic catnip. You see there's quite a bit in there. It looks like I cut it open across the top here and used some, and it's not resealable, so I folded it down and put a clothespin on it like that. And now that I know that I have this, I will keep it out. It may have gone stale, because honestly, you don't know how old this is. But it's a little 0.11 ounce package. It's 3 grams of, I call it cat dope. I'll tell my cats I have some dope for them. My little cat Pumpkin loves this stuff. She goes crazy for it. I found a bunch of pencils. This is one from Mathnasium, the Math Learning Center, which is located in Greensboro and High Point. This probably came in a little goodie bag or something that one of the kids brought home from school. You can see it's never been sharpened on the end there. Still got its eraser. And we end up with a lot of pencils from different companies like this. Oh, I knew this was in there. We use this a lot. It is a little tiny miniature stapler. The staples themselves are full size. It's just that the stapler itself is very small. I've had this stapler for many years. It has lived in my junk drawer everywhere I've lived since I bought it. And it's blue, as you can see. It's plastic. And I don't know how loud it is, but it's like any other stapler. When you want to put in more staples, you just pull the top part back, and the staples load in the top there. Every now and then, though, I need a stapler. So I just go to the junk drawer and look for the little blue stapler. So it's very tiny, but very useful. And I have another clothespin. I have a bunch of these all over the house. I use them for all kinds of things. I keep these in the junk drawer. If you have a bag of chips or something that you want to keep closed, you can look in my junk drawer for something like this, or a chip clip. All the clips are kept in the junk drawer. Actually, a lot of them are in use right now, but the main reason these are in there is to hold a bag of snacks closed. Of course, you can just fold it down, and then you just clip the little clothespin on there, and it helps keep it closed tight if the bag is not resealable. It has this metal piece here, you can see. This is an older clothespin. I find that newer ones are made of less durable wood. They break much more easily, and they're lighter. These are heavier. This is one of my old ones. I have a lot of pencils, and they're all mixed up. Like if you were to look in there, they're all jumbled up amongst rubber bands and things. Here's one. This is a number 2 pencil right there. And another one. This is a lighter color yellow. It's from Ticonderoga. Here's one that hasn't been sharpened, and it's like this one. It just says number 2. It's the same. It's just this one that's been sharpened. And another one. This is another number 2 pencil. This one says it's from Office Depot. Here's a blue one. Now this one looks like a Christmas pencil. It has a matching blue eraser, and it says ho ho ho. So my guess is this one was part of a Christmas goodie bag that somebody got at school last Christmas, and it's been in there ever since. And here are 2 more of these just generic number 2 pencils that are not sharpened. And another one. And I think I'm going to keep these out and put them in my overflow school supplies box. Now these 2 are 2 more of the Ticonderoga pencils. I can tell because they're a lighter yellow, and this part looks the same, plus it says Dixon Ticonderoga on them right there. I had no idea all these pencils were in there. Here's this is a Dixon. It just says Dixon number 2. Let's see, put that right there. Trying to get all the pencils out at once. Oh, here's a Staples pencil. You could see that. It's about the same color as these. Right here. Put that there. Like that. And another generic number 2. These are some I probably got at Target or Walmart. Just some generic pencils. And one more. So for the unsharpened ones, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The Ticonderoga pencils I have 1, 2, 3. And then 1 Christmas pencil. There may be more pencils down in there, but right now these are the only ones I see. But I think I'm going to keep most of these out. I might leave 1 or 2 of the sharpened pencils in the junk drawer, just in case someone's in the kitchen and they need a pencil. They can look in there and hopefully find one. It's kind of a nice sound. Makes me think of a bamboo wind chime. If you've ever had one of those, my mom has one. When the wind blows, it kind of sounds like that. That's kind of nice. Okay, so I'm going to move these pencils now out of the way. Now let's see what else we have. A really big rubber band. I have to admit, this one probably came from my office at work. I use these big rubber bands at work every day on file folders. If I'm working on something from a file and I have documents that I am not ready to place inside the file yet, I will put this rubber band over the outside of the file and stick the document down in there to hold it on top of the file. Like if I need an attorney to review some documents or sign some things, but I want to keep them with the file, I will use these rubber bands for that. So I have actually a big jar full of these on my desk at work, and that's probably where this one came from, but don't tell anybody. I use these here, sometimes to hold bags closed, or if I have a cord that I want to keep wound up, I might bundle the cord a certain way and then use the rubber band to hold it together. Now I have quite a few things like this in the junk drawer. As you may know, we bought this house last summer, so we've been here a little over a year. And I had a lot of these wall hooks. These are for hanging things from the wall. I think I see another one. Yeah, two. And I have a lot of wall hanging stuff in there because when I moved in, there were no holes in the walls, which was nice. But I had to figure out where I wanted to hang all my pictures and things. And I bought a bunch of these hooks. I had some from when we moved in, but I ended up buying more. And the ones that were left over, I just threw them in the junk drawer in case I needed them. But these are very easy to use. I really like them because they only make a very small hole in the wall. And this end here is sharp. It's kind of angled a little bit this way. And you grab it like this, and when you figure out where you want the hook in the wall, and you just jab it in the wall so that this whole part is behind the wall. You're not going to see this part. All you're going to see is this part. And they hold a remarkable amount. So I bought these in a big pack, and I did have some left over. Oh, I found a pin. We haven't seen a pin. This appears to be a big round stick, medium point, ballpoint pen. See, there's this little lid like this. And I don't know if it actually works or not. I didn't even know it was in there. Actually, when I started going through there, I found all kinds of stuff that was kind of shoved in the back, and I didn't know it was in there. So this is very useful for me. Some of the things I'm going to keep out and put elsewhere. So if I need a pen, at least now I know I'll keep this in there as a spare. I have a little container that has a magnetic back, a little pen holder that I have stuck to the side of my refrigerator. But it's full of pens. I don't need any to go in there right now. So this one I could just keep in the drawer if for some reason the others ran out of ink. I found a little rubber band. I don't know where this one came from. It feels kind of dead, you know, they start to feel like they've dried out. This one's starting to feel rough and dried out, like it could break very easily. But sometimes, once a week or so, we get little sales circulars wrapped up like a newspaper in our driveway in our neighborhood. And sometimes they come in a plastic sleeve, and sometimes they come with a rubber band on them. They're rolled up together and a rubber band on them. And this is from those sales circulars, I'm sure. But it feels like it's getting brittle and it could break. So I may not put this back in there because dealing with rubber bands all day, you start to get a feel for ones that are about to give up the ghost, and this one is about there. Oh, these are great things, and there was one sitting right on top. I thought it was attached. It's actually not. These are felt pads. These are great. I use these on a lot of different things. You use them on hard surfaces. These are the 3/4 inch size, and you can see how thick they are. I use these. I use a lot of these on the cabinet doors in this house, in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. I don't like loud, unnecessary noises, and the cabinets make a loud banging sound when you close them. And I noticed it when we first walked through the house, and I thought to myself then, if I buy this house, I'm going to fix that. One of the first things I do is I'm going to put felt pads inside those cabinet doors. And that's exactly what I did. I bought several packages of these felt pads. And you just figure out where the cabinet door is coming into contact with the cabinet to make that loud banging noise when it closes. And then you just figure out where to place the felt pad to keep it from making that noise. And sometimes you have to experiment with it a little bit to get it in the right position. But now I'm happy to report that all the cabinet doors in my house are quiet. When you close them, they don't make that loud banging noise anymore, because I can't stand that. So, but this package contains 24. So you have rows this way of 4, and they're 3 deep. So if I run across anything else that needs something to kind of cushion it and prevent that banging sound, I have some extra felt pads. This is a screen protector from Zentech. And there were actually 2 in here. There's one additional screen protector. This was for my son's Kindle. I'm getting trash everywhere. This was for his Kindle. And I just bought a pack of 2. It wasn't much more than buying 1, just in case something happened to the first one. These screen protectors are anti-scratch, anti-bubbles, real touch, and easy apply. And they have the instructions on the back to show you how to apply it. And it went on very easily. But just in case anything happens to it, I have another one ready. I may leave it out of the junk drawer because honestly I forgot it was in there. And if I need it, I'm not going to remember it's in there. So I'm going to try to find another place to put it. I found some free range command strips. These things are great. They are for hanging things on the wall. This one is Velcro. And it looks like we have some pieces stuck there to it. These were originally in a container of some sort, but it looks like they wriggled their way out. This is 2-sided adhesive. Like you might use these to hang a poster or something like that. You maybe put one in each corner of the poster. Both of my boys have posters in their rooms, and we used these command strips for that, so that when you're ready to take the strips off the wall, it's very easy. You just pull this tab right here, and it has little arrows pointing this way. You just pull it, and pull it slowly, and it will peel right off the wall and not leave any marks or damage on your wall. So that way we can put posters up and then take them down very easily. If we want to move them or replace them, we can do that without a lot of trouble. So, and these Velcro strips are for more heavy things. I might need to put these in a container, like a Ziploc bag or something. Next, we have some batteries. These are lithium batteries. These are CR2032. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And these are 392A, like little watch batteries that I bought in bulk. obviously, because it was less expensive to buy these. Um, these are the ones that go in the fob, the little key fob thing for my car. So I bought some for that, and I honestly don't remember what these were for. I think they were for a laser pointer or something that we used to have, but we don't have anymore. I'm honestly not sure anymore. I think it was for a laser pointer or something that we used to have. I don't know. Looks like I used one right there. Now this thing here, I think is probably the thing that I use most of all. Out of the junk drawer, I use this all the time. And this is a great thing to have. I recommend it to everyone. It is a Stanley mini screwdriver set. I just want to show you. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. And they each are a little different. Like here's a little mini Phillips head screwdriver. This part here spins independently. So you can kind of hold it like this and turn it very easily. This part is rubberized, gives you a better grip, and this part is also rubberized. So we have Phillips head screwdrivers in here, and we also have some flathead screwdrivers in here of different sizes. See? And it's amazing how often I use this. So this is probably the thing I go in there most often to get. I'm not going to close that. It makes a loud snap sound. But it's from Stanley. But you can get these. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can get all different brands of these little mini screwdriver sets. But I love these. I use them all the time. And here's a little thing. Let's see what this is. I don't know. It's little. Has a thing right there. I'm trying to figure out how to open it. I'm hoping it's not too loud. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a sewing kit. And the scissors are missing. It's a little travel sewing kit. See, we have the little pieces of thread here, multiple colors, needles, a safety pin, a smaller one, 2 buttons, and the little threader for your needle. I don't know where the scissors went. They're gone though. That's cute. It's like to just look at it, it's like a Barbie laptop. It's about the right size to be a laptop for a Barbie doll. That was the first thing I thought when I picked it up. It's like, ooh, Barbie laptop. But no, it's a mini sewing set. I have several pairs of little scissors. I ought to put a pair in there, but I don't know. It'll probably just go back in the junk drawer like it is. Oh, and here we have the mini staples for the stapler. Actually, they're not mini. They are standard size. The thing that's mini about them is the number that you have together. See, normally you would have a whole bunch for a full-size stapler, but since it's so small, obviously it has to be a little amount. So, and again, I'm not going to pop this open because it's loud, but you pop it open, you just stick them in there, and it works great. But it looks like this container, when you buy it new, it has 500 staples in it. Now I can't get them back in there. There we go. Let's close this up. So at least I was smart enough to put the staples with the stapler. Here we have a book of matches from Diamond. And it looks like it had 32 in here originally. I think these are the staples, the matches way back when I still lived in the apartment. When I was trying to do a video with wax seals. These are the matches I was trying to use and they wouldn't light. I kept trying to strike them and they wouldn't light. Like they would keep breaking and they wouldn't light. I think this is some of those matches, but I'm not sure. Looks like I have tried to use this before. So that may be what these were from. And here we have 2 little tubes of Blistex. I keep a lot of lip balm around, especially in the wintertime, because my kids' lips get chapped and I want to make sure they have something that they can use. They don't like the flavored chapstick as much, which is fine. I just will get regular chapstick or something like this Blistex medicated lip balm. And I always try to keep some extra ones around because they get lost or, heaven forbid, sometimes they get run through the washing machine. I try to get them to check their pockets before they put their clothes in the dirty clothes, but they don't always remember. And I don't always think to check, so sometimes they get washed. So I try to keep extras around. These are probably from a 3-pack, and these were 2 I had left over. And then here I have a digital recorder. It feels very lightweight. There are no batteries in it. It's very small. It's from Sony. It's in there honestly because I didn't really have anywhere else to put it. I haven't used it in years. And I had nowhere else to put this thing. But you can play stuff and record stuff on it. Just a little recorder. So. Oh, it's here's another watch battery, but this is CR2025. The others were 2032. And it looks like it was a 2-pack of those, and I used this one. And have this one left. I cut it right across here to get it out, and then I had this one left. So I just stuck it in the junk drawer. Hopefully I will remember that it's in there the next time I need one of these particular batteries. Here is part of a Samsung charger. Like, you plug it in here. If you have a USB charger cord, and then you just plug it in the wall. I have these all over the place because between my older son and me, we've had several Samsung phones, and so we have an abundance of these Samsung chargers. And here is one of the chip clips. This is from, kind of hard to see, but it's from the Pampered Chef. I had a whole set of these in different sizes. I have lost some of them along the way. This is one of the bigger ones here that you would use. You fold your bag down and then you just clip this over it to keep it closed. Yeah, I did. I had some little ones, but the little ones I didn't use as much. The big ones were more practical for me. I found another pencil. This one's pretty. It has stars all over it. And a really pretty dark green eraser. It's kind of cool. This part is almost red. It's like a copper color. This was probably another Christmas pencil. It probably came into the house about the time that blue one did. Probably again in a goodie bag at Christmas time. And one more pencil. This one's little. This is from starfall.com. That's what it says. This blue metallic lettering, starfall.com. See, this is a good size pencil. When I was in school, I used to like smaller pencils like this. To me, this is the most appealing pencil out of all the ones I've found. I don't like them when they're new. I like them when they're kind of like this, like they're broken in. Now this is going to look weird, but let me explain. This looks like, I know it looks like a giant ponytail holder, like a giant hair tie, if that's what you call them. I grew up calling them ponytail holders. I bought these on Amazon after I saw them at my mom's house. You can buy these to hold the trash can, the bag, inside the trash can, and it keeps the bag from falling down inside the trash can. They're wonderful. I use these on my recycle bin. I bought a pack of 2. This was the extra one. I don't really need one for my regular trash can just because of the way it's made. The bag doesn't really fall down in there because it's made differently. But this one, so you put the bag down in the can, and you put the flaps, the edges, over the outside of the trash can, and then you come back and you stretch this over the trash can to where it's on top of the bag, and it goes all the way around the outside of the trash can up at the top, and it helps keep the bag from falling down in the trash can. And they're wonderful, but I had to buy them in a pack of 2. I couldn't buy just one, but that's okay. I can't remember what they were called. I do remember I got them on Amazon, and it was something like trash bag holders or elastic holders or something like that. They weren't very much, but I really like it. I use it and really like it. It keeps the bag from falling down in the can, and it's wonderful. Just one last little nuisance to deal with. Here I have a pair of little like wire cutters, and they have a spring in there that causes it to pop back open. And I really like the rubberized grips. I found these at Lowe's several years ago, and they come in handy for all kinds of things. Sometimes I use them with repairing jewelry, or, just all kinds of little household things. Very useful. So, they're kind of small, and I probably should put them in my toolbox, but they ended up in the junk drawer, and they just kind of got comfortable in there, so that's where they live now. Here is a suction cup hook. I have several of these. I used to use these in the shower on the wall, but the showers here in this house are the walls are kind of textured, and the suction cup doesn't really stick. It doesn't, you can't get a good suction on that textured finish, so I don't use these here. This is one of the ones that we used to use. I have a picture of my older son somewhere when he was maybe 3 or 4 years old. He was kind of small, and he was taking a bath, and I walked in there, and he had one of these stuck to his forehead. So there's this hook on his forehead, and he told me he was reading his own thoughts. I took a picture. I had to. It was too funny. This was back when he would actually let me take his picture. He's a teenager now, and he runs away if you try to take his picture. If you've seen Back to the Future, I think he got it from that. The one where Marty goes back to 1955, and when he first meets Doc Brown, he sticks that suction cup to his forehead and tries to read his thoughts. He really loved those movies when he was little. Okay, I am not going to activate this because it's loud and produces a very hot flame. But this is an eagle torch. It's like a mini blowtorch, kind of. You see it has the fuel in there. Well, maybe you can't see it. The liquid. And it has a safety switch that you have to push back and push down. But a very, very hot flame, little blue flame comes out. I used it once to light some candles on a birthday cake. It's literally the only time I've ever used it. I don't recommend it because it melted part of the candle and it was very unfortunate. I decided I better just use a regular lighter. So, yeah, my dad gave me this, and it just ended up in the junk drawer with everything else. Here's another basic hook. I think this is this goes with that 3M double-sided adhesive tab. I think that's what that tab came from. I bought this hook to hang my kitty cat clock on, and then discovered when I got it home it was too big. This part was too big and it wouldn't fit on there. So I just threw it in the drawer. And here's a dosing syringe. See, it says for oral use only. This is one I probably got when the kids were little, like if they were on an antibiotic or a cough syrup or something. You know, when they're little, they give you these instead of the cups sometimes. My kids hated this, though. Every time they saw it, they thought I was going to give them a shot, and they would freak out. So I just used the little dosing cups. But I kept this just in case I ever needed it for anything, but I'll probably throw it away because I don't think I've ever used it, and if I haven't used it by now, I'm probably not going to. And then we have one of my many pairs of scissors. I'm constantly having to hunt down my scissors. My younger son uses them and then runs off with them. He likes to make things out of paper, and he's always cutting paper. And he misplaces his scissors frequently, so he runs downstairs and grabs mine. This is one of the pairs that that I constantly have to retrieve and locate, but they live in the junk drawer. And here's a little tie. Now these you might have seen in a video I did previously. I bought some of these for me too. These are little monkeys, and this part is rubberized, and so you can pull it like that. Like if you want to cinch up a bread bag or anything. I use these on my birdseed bags. And you see you can cinch it as tight as you want it. Just pull it this way. And it looks like he's sticking his tongue out at you. But I've also found that these come in handy if you can't open a bottle of soda. Sometimes the way they make the lids, it's hard to get a grip on the lid. But I found if you just fit this over the lid, this is rubber, so it gives you a nice grip. So you cinch it down to where it fits snugly on the lid, and then you just give it a twist, and it opens right up. Oh, and here I have some more picture hanging strips. like I said, when I moved in, there was there was nothing on the walls, which was great. But when I went to hang up everything, I needed stuff like this to hang my pictures and stuff from the walls. And these are some of the strips that I had left over. I have 2 Allen wrenches. These are probably from kits or sets or something that I bought and had to assemble. Like I know my little small entertainment center, I had to use an Allen wrench on those. It's probably from one of these is probably from that. I don't know about the other one. But I like to keep these. You never know when you might need to tighten up something. Oh, and this stuff is great. I keep this here, and I also have one at work because my shoes are always falling apart. I've mentioned I have this curse where my shoes fall apart frequently. Sometimes you can fix stuff with this Gorilla Glue, and this is a white Gorilla Glue pen, and it's a super glue. And it always, it works every time. It doesn't dry up. And this is fantastic super glue. I have used it on so many things, and it works great. To me, it works better than any of the other super glues that I've ever tried, and I think I've tried all of them. It's wonderful stuff, so I always keep this handy in the junk drawer. Oh, I remember this. When I got Evie from the shelter, there's one dark rhinestone that's interesting. When I got Evie from the shelter, they gave me some things to take with her, and one of the things they gave me was this collar and the pretty rhinestones on it. Yeah, they gave me this pink nylon collar to put on her. And I never actually did, except when I got her spayed, she had to wear the cone of shame for a little while, and I had to use the collar because she was little and they had the kitten size, and I had to thread the cone of shame over the collar, and that's, I think, the only time I used this with her. I never noticed it had that one dark rhinestone though. That's interesting. And then I have a pretty plastic butterfly. This was originally put up on a little spot on the side of one of my kitchen cabinets. But then I put the kitty cat clock there, the Kit Kat clock, and I took this down. Copyright 1967. Made in the USA. There's this little place here where you can hang it. I found this at Goodwill and just thought it was really cool. But it's plastic. It's kind of shiny. See how shiny it is? And I took it down to hang up the Kit Kat clock and just didn't have anywhere to put it. So I just stuck it in the drawer. Here's a cord. Looks like a universal little charger with the USB here. Just stuck in the junk drawer. These things are everywhere in my house. Oh my God. With the 3 of us, always using something that requires these things, we have them everywhere. It's always funny when the kids tell me they can't find a charger. I'm like, are you serious? And then finally, this is the last thing. In here, we have a Ziploc bag. And inside the bag, you can see some more of those hooks. And I will actually put the other two in this bag when I get done. And some plastic hooks too. This started out as a bag of hooks from the apartment when we moved into this house last summer. And I remember when we first moved here, it was full of hooks from the apartment, and there weren't many left. You might be able to see that some of them are thicker, like this one. They are made to hold more weight than the thinner ones. So the thinner ones would work for most things, but if I had to hang something really heavy, I might use the thicker ones for that. So that is basically all of the contents of my junk drawer. It's left some little bits here on my surface. But I hope you enjoyed looking at these with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you again soon.